CS2 is a game we all know and love, and with the recent release of the Armory Battle Pass, it seems the game is starting to go in the right direction again after the drought of updates since its release about a year ago. But with that in mind, there is one thing that I think Valve should really focus on, and it is this one overarching problem that affects the game as a whole, and that is the massive epidemic of cheaters that has been going on for the past few months or so. Now, I played through TF2 during its botting epidemic, and this is different for quite a few reasons, so I'm assuming the same, exact same methods wouldn't work here, since if it worked in TF2, they would obviously just put it in here, hopefully. But it is not really bots this time, as it is just normal players cheating, with whether it be like wall hacks, aim bots, or whatever miscellaneous cheats they may have. And these players are basically infesting the competitive game modes with their cheatings, making them unplayable. And I would say Wingman is probably the least affected, but Premier and Competitive are being heavily infected. Premier only at high ranks, but competitive all around because of how easy it is to get into it, with you only needing a level 2 account to play competitive, but a level 10 for Premier. So, if you're playing Wingman, you'll probably be fine, but if you're playing competitive or Premier at somewhat of a decent rank, you're going to be getting cheated on constantly. And that is totally fucking over the experience. Not many people play Counter-Strike for its casual game modes. Of course, Wingman is a staple, but how many people do you know who play CSGO for arms race or deathmatch? I don't even know that many people that play casual at all. Now, I'm kind of an outlier here. I used to play a fuck ton of Demolition when that was still a thing, and arms race, but I obviously know I'm not the norm and am like a bit of an exception. But either way, competitive is the main draw of Counter-Strike. And with that being infested with cheaters, with me literally not being able to play more than one game in a row without running into a single cheater, whether that be on my team or the enemy team, is just kind of just fucking ridiculous. It's fucking up the entire game. I don't really know how you could have fun in a cheater-infested hellhole like this. TF2 was at least manageable because it's a casual type game and you had community servers, so once you got tired of getting shit on, you could just switch over to a cheater-free community server and have a good time there. But unfortunately with Counter-Strike, most of the gameplay is Valve run. Of course you do have your facets, but I feel like the game itself should just be able to be played without cheaters. I feel like that isn't a ridiculous thing to ask for. Not really a crazy request, especially considering how much more money Counter-Strike brings in than TF2. And the fact that they let this happen to a game of Counter-Strike's magnitude is honestly insane to me, because I fucking love TF2, don't get me wrong, but I could kind of understand why they wouldn't want to, I don't know, run anti-cheat for a game that old, but even then it's still fucked because of how many people spend money on that game. And Counter-Strike is that by a magnitude of 10. And it is just insane that they're just kind of letting the game rot like this, even though it's a year old. Now, I did see they changed something about Vac. They deleted and relisted that, but I think that was more just for a story game and to show Vac isn't a kernel anti-cheat. I could be misremembering though, but I have a feeling that's what it was about. And overall, they just haven't really done enough to combat this problem. I've been in matches with dozens of cheaters, and a single one of them has been stopped by Vac over the past week or two of me playing CS2. It's just kind of crazy. It's also not like Valve's been this inactive piece of shit company like it has been for the past while. They dropped CS2 last year, they dropped Deadlock, they dropped the Armory Pass, more ways for them to farm money, but they don't want to fix the fucking cheaters. They fixed TF2. They gave TF2 an unusual amount of attention this year, but Valve hasn't been inactive like it usually is. So I'm hoping this is a sign that the cheater problem will end sooner or later. You really never fucking know with Valve, but the best you could do is hope. So with that in mind, I think this is where I'm going to end this video. My new Discord server has been created, so if you want to check that out, join it in the description.